Okay, get ready. It is I, Donovan Sadiq, and you guys have now tuned into Don't Believe the Hype. I am with my best buddy and friend, sister-in-law, and all that other good stuff. DK, and DK has a show on Sundays on Facebook Live, and she'll talk back to you. So if you curse at her, she'll curse right back to you. Live, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys tune in. She is talking the real. Last Sunday, she talked about the movie The First Purge, and we had a little snafu as we got the video rolling on The First Purge. And what was the snafu?
There was a copyright issue,
Copyright issue. And if you guys notice in most of our videos, I don't know why these people don't look at stuff before they try to control it. We put fair use warning out there, and also explicit parental advisory, because I curse a lot, to let you guys know that if you're a certain age or you don't like that kind of stuff, that's what we do here. So anyway, I want to thank Dee for helping me on this show, because I get a lot of my viewers because they want to tune in to see her elegance and her beauty. But then again, go to Facebook page Afro Thunder Locks, and you will see what a beautiful woman, all-encompassing looks like. I mean, the little sister. This is the older sister. The little sister's even wow. Anyway, but what I want to talk about today is, have you guys heard local news? I'm the Inland Empire Informer, of course. You guys heard local news. Moreno Valley Unified School District board member and local idiot and moron, Evan Moron, was arrested for burglary. Now, he's been spinning it, saying it's no big deal, the DA is going to drop it. If the DA has issued a case number, what are the likelihood he's going to drop it?
Not likely.
And
that wasn't a mistake.
Right, wasn't a mistake. And if you're hearing a lot of bells and things running around, that's because Tylan the Wonder Cat is on one, and whenever D comes in, he gets excited.
As long as you don't get excited and scratch my feet up, I'm cool.
Right. But back to Evan Moron. So he's trying to spin this like it's no big deal, and his excuse was it is a minor incident. If it's a minor incident, D, why would I go to my employer and ask for leave?
And 3 months?
Right.
3 month leave, yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever. That isn't a minor incident.
I mean, this charge was burglary, right?
It's burglary.
Is that minor?
If they charged him with it, no, because if a burglary, shoplifting, if it was minor, they would have wrote him a citation and sent him on his way.
I mean, is it B&E? What kind of burglary did it say?
Yeah, it didn't say.
I mean, to me, I'm not trying to deduce it down to being, I snatched a fork out of somebody's hand.
Right.
Right. But I mean, and what bail was $35,000.
$35,000 bail, and you stayed in jail for 2 days.
Yeah, that doesn't sound minor.
Yeah,
if it was minor, like you just alleviating something from somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's shoplifting, it's a citation going your way.
Or even if it was something minor, a lot of people get out on an OR.
Right.
So
you're on recognizance.
Yeah. Why did you stay in for 2 days?
2 days,
and then say we trust you. Come back.
And then have to post a $35,000 bail. I wonder if your benefactor Ito sent you the money to get out, because after $50,000 and your wolf designs, where's the Ito at to help you?
Yeah, he's probably not wanting nothing to do with that, man. He's like, you doing burglaries now?
Burglaries now. And I warned the community about this guy from when he was doing forcible rape videos. And let me show you what a dirtbag this guy is. He blamed the videos that he participated in on his daughter.
Yeah, that's a cold blow right there.
Isn't that dirty doggish?
You're not even... The fact that he's blaming on his daughter is... not comical, but it's just like, dude, and it wasn't like the dolls were just like, the dolls were being raped and forcibly dragged. So, but my thing
using his hands.
Okay, but my thing is this though: if you blame that on your kid, where are they getting that from?
Good question.
Where are they learning this from?
Where are they learning that behavior from?
It doesn't sound like his children are that old, right?
I believe his daughter is like maybe 4 or 5 now.
Okay, that's a little bit too young to be simulating some rape.
Or maybe
with
6 or 7.
Yeah, even still.
Right.
Any child, but that young.
And his arrest took place in the city of Corona, which would fall under the pretense of the sheriff. And so it's a county thing. It is an actual case, as I reported, so you guys can look the case number up. You guys got to remember, I am not going to go out on public and libel somebody and slander somebody if I don't have the documents. So I'm going to do my research.
That's public knowledge, too. Right. So the case and all that is public knowledge. So it's not something you made up or something you found. It sounds like somebody else found it or whatever. I don't know.
Sent it to me.
But so that it's public knowledge. So anything that you're saying about the case is not slanderous or anything like that.
So I'm going to put the documents up to back up what I'm saying, unless it's already known that this person is like that. But then again, in 1966, the Supreme Court ruled that an elected official has outlets to refute what people are saying. I could outright lie on him, and he has ways to defend himself in the public arena. Right. But he can't sue me because he's an elected official.
Depending on what's said about him. Right,
exactly. So, and I'm not going to waste my time with a person of that caliber to have to deal with that. So that's the local thing with Evan Moron. He's trying to spin it that it's no big deal. I think it is a big deal, and based on what he did in January and the racial tweets and epithets and stuff like that, his criminality is increasing, and he surrounds himself around criminals and people of low caliber, and it kind of shows. Again, birds of a feather flock together.
Well, and I think people who are trying to minimize what he's done or potentially allegedly have done, I just think they're worse. They're just as bad as he is. I mean, what do you need to see? I mean, to me, it's like the president. He's done all these things, said all these things, but yet we want to keep calling this person a good guy.
Right. A bigot is a bigot.
Maya Angelou has a saying that says when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And so this guy, Evan Morgan.
Moron Morgan. Yeah, it's my words. It's my show.
Evan
my words.
Morgan. He's shown people before with the racist tweets, the forcible rape with the Barbie dolls, and
the James Bond stuff, a stolen valor, saying that he was in the army, he did special intel, and all this other stuff, which is not true. And any veteran will tell you, when you spend 10 months in the army, you're not in the real army. You haven't even finished your A school.
And the copious amounts of trolling that he's done on the internet, allegedly. Filming people at their houses and just the whole gamut of stuff. And so this is an individual that sits on a school board that makes decisions in regards to children. And so it's like, when are people going to start going, okay, we're done, dude?
Right, illegal street racing. What kind of example is that for children that are looking up? Basically, if I was in the school district, this would tell me I can get me a bullshit degree from DeVry University, which really is nothing, and I can break the law and do whatever, and I will still be elected to either the city council of Moreno Valley or the school board. That's what it tells me.
Right.
So that's local on Evan Moron. And for the people that keep saying that I have a personal vendetta against this guy, absolutely right. You're right, I do. However, it's based on fact. It ain't like I'm throwing stuff out.
Well, it's not even that. It's fact, but he has done a lot of things. He's not done, but said a lot of things about you. Mm-hmm. About your military record. You as a black man, just a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, I can see where you would be a little bit pissed off.
So,
to the point that you even had to block him, right?
Right, I blocked him and things like this. And when that evidence came out in the beginning, I was in the forefront that put out and made sure. And he looked at me all stupid at the school board. Because he knew he couldn't say anything as I sat there and read him the riot act.
Is that how you look?
Yeah. Evan talks a good game. He's one of those what we know as keyboard gangsters. He's all tough, but when you get in his sight, he fucking cowers down like the coward he is. And again, I would love to kick your ass on any given day for charity, but I know you won't come out and do that. And I'm not challenging you, whatever. But the thing is, I'm going to tell you like I tell anybody else. You come over here, I will give you all you can handle, all of it, and I'm not even caring about winning or losing. I just want to give you all of it.
You're just waiting
for it.
Waiting to dust off the black belts.
Exactly, waiting for it. So that's the thing on Evan Moron. And again, if people say it sounds like it's a personal thing, it is. And if you're asking that question because it sounds like a personal thing, do your research on this guy, and you might find out why it is a personal vendetta.
And that's what I don't understand too. People act like, oh, well, you should just be the bigger person. No, it's just that, no, I'm not going to be the bigger person.
No, I'm not a
Because
Christian
you're not going to keep on messing with me, and I'm not going to, and I'm just going to sit back and say, well, I'm just going to continue being a bigger person.
Right. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
Because I think what a lot of people don't understand is, while you are, being a gangster on the internet, eventually you might get ran into at the supermarket or, out in public. Then what?
Then what happens?
So be careful what you say to people, because everybody is not on that page of, well, I'm just going to let it go. Some people are, they're about that life.
Exactly. And I'm not saying I'm about that life. Like I said, I try to do everything above board. But again, we were in the military, those of us that were. If you want to go behind the blast fence, take off the rank and handle this.
Officer and gentleman style.
Yeah, we can handle this. It's no problem.
Style.
Man to man. We can do this man to man. It's no problem. And then it'll be over. But until you're willing to do that, I'm going to give you all you can handle. So that's the local thing. The other news is out there, as you guys have heard and I've reported. Denise Fleming! All about me, Denise. Denise, the opportunist, is running for mayor once again. Now, here's my question to you.
Okay.
Excuse me. Why won't this woman take a hint?
What hint is that?
Nobody wants her.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Didn't she come in second as far as the mayoral race 2 years ago?
She came in second, but how many people were running for mayor?
I don't know. It's quite a few.
I think there was 4.
She garnered, about 17,000 votes?
Yeah, 17,000 votes. That was also pitted because she aligned herself with Ito Benvizi. Oh, Ito, I'll do anything you want me to do. Am I the mayor yet? Anyway, that's the way I see it. Okay?
I didn't see any of that, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. No, you were at the debate where she was like, I can't wait to work with you.
I was at that debate.
Now, here's my problem with Denise Fleming, okay? Denise Fleming, number one, it is true she and I have a personal vendetta. I know you guys are saying...
all these personal vendettas?
I have personal vendetta.
It's not you, Donovan?
No, you know what? It is me. And you guys got to understand why these political people do not like a person like me. Because I expose who they are and what their agenda is and what they're doing. So, of course, they're going to go play the victim like Donovan's picking on me, whatever. I don't make your public record. You make your public record. All I'm doing is informing the electorate, like, do you know who this is?
Well, let me ask you this, though. Because you asked me, why doesn't she take a hint? But if you were in her position and you came in second, I don't know how close it was.
Okay, it wasn't close.
Or how close it was.
But she garnered a lot of votes that was stuffed in the ballot box along with Ito's people.
So however she got there, so if you were in her position, would you run again?
Okay.
If you came in second,
no.
Why not?
No, well, it's the same thing as me running to represent District 1. I ran to represent District 1. The first time I lost because of a bank robber who didn't disclose that, so technically I would still be the council person right now based on that.
Okay.
However, so that was stolen from me. But in a special election, I was forced to run the second time because jumping on the scene, nobody knew who I was.
Okay.
So politically, if you know anything about politics, which I know a lot of, I love politics, that's why I do what I do. When you're in a special election and people don't really know you, that's the time where they can know you. So in the second go around, then they say, oh yeah, we know what this person's about. We know what they stand for. We've seen them. We like their action, whatever. Just like I told Jimson when it was revealed she was a bank robber, you're not going to win. And sure enough, the 70% that she got the first time, where were those people to back her the second time? Where were they?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like when people hear that you have done something like that.
Right. And I told them, you have
lose faith.
Right. And then here she is running a recall. And the minute she was elected, I'm against recalls because it separates the city and all this other stuff. No, you're against recalls because you got in on one. So even though I don't care for Victoria Baca, I'm going to agree with her on that aspect I'm going to call bullshit on Jimson.
Right.
And, if you got that kind of mindset, you need to go. And that's why I have never been a part of recalls. There's a difference now. Supporting a recall and being a part of a recall and being one of the leaders and all that are two different things.
Our creator
right.
of the recall. Yeah.
Those are two different things.
Between being a creator and a supporter.
Right.
Like, okay, great, whatever.
Yeah.
But someone who's fashioned it, put it together, did the paperwork and all that, those are different.
Right.
Those are different.
And everybody knows I have never been a part of any recall in Monroe Valley.
You said it plenty of times on this show. I miss me with all that. Y'all, that's y'all thing. Y'all go do that. Has nothing to do with me. Right. I'm doing what I got to do.
I can do what I got to do. I support it. Mm-hmm. I believe Victoria Baca needs to go. But as far as me helping you guys and going out there and getting signatures, no, I'm not doing that.
And then you've also said if that's what the people want, then that's what the people want. You don't want to go and vote her out, or they go and vote her in. So
it is what it is.
Who are you to say?
Right. It is what it is.
Right. It is what it is.
But for anybody to sit there and say that I am a leader or or originator of any recalls, totally don't know what they're talking about. And obviously, from the attacks I get from the people who did do the recall, I mean, I was attacked from that side as well as the Baca camp.
Right.
And I'm not, so that tells you I'm not part of any recall.
It had nothing to do with it.
Right. So,
and even if you did, you would say you did.
Yeah, and if I did it, I would say I did.
Our heart don't pump no Kool-Aid around here.
Right. But here's my thing with Denise Fleming, for those of you guys who don't know. We had a lady named Chevron Cheryl Brown. Now, Denise Fleming is connected to a lot of black associations. I mean, she this is my opinion, she's a person of low ethical standard. And what I mean by that is this. When she was on the school board and she was campaigning for mayor, or what did she run for the first time? Was it mayor? I think it was mayor.
I think so, too.
She was distributing her literature in the school districts, which she knows, as well as anybody else knows, that's a no-no because your opponents can't do that. So Denise Fleming isn't about being fair. She's very unethical. You know, she's the first to say, oh, black people, we've got to stick together. But it's been 2 years. Now, I lost my election. I'm still doing the show.
Well, you and her live in the same district, right?
Live in the same district.
How many times do you think she's ever voted for you?
No.
So then why should you support her?
I won't.
I mean, I'm just saying, if that's where people, because I've heard that argument, why don't you support her? Why are you so, this, that, and the other was like, well, damn, we live in the same district, and I've never seen her, does she have one of your yard signs?
Nope, never. Okay. Never. And we weren't even going in the same campaign.
You're city council.
But here's the thing why I would never support her. Okay, I lost my election, whatever the deal is. I'm not running ever again but I think I've done my civic duty. Not only have I served this country for 24 years, I've also served my community. I'm still serving the community. 2 years has passed. We haven't heard Denise Fleming say one thing about what she's doing for the city. You don't have to be an elected official to get stuff done. I got $500,000 worth of street repair in the Edgemont area, and I wasn't even an elected official. I got Adrian Mitchell Park crosswalks and stuff done, and I wasn't an elected official. And right now, I'm advocating to get a bathroom over there. I haven't heard one thing from Denise Fleming in 2 years. But wait, it's election time. Here I am, vote for me.
And to me, because I know about politics, but it's not my thing. Mm-hmm. But just from a public relations point of view, to me, that's like politics 101. It should be that if you are going to seek office again, stay active, stay relevant, stay before the people, so they'll say, okay, yeah, I see him, I see her, she's doing this, she's doing that. Because you stick out like a sore thumb when you lose, and then 2 or 4 years later, you come back like, here I am. They're like, well, damn, where have you been?
Right.
All these issues that you ran on, what, did you not care about them anymore?
Or did any of those issues get solved? And if they didn't get solved, shouldn't you still be championing them?
Right. I mean, if you're so passionate about it, and to me, that's, if you're just even a little bit awake as a voter, those are the things, and I'm not just with her, but with anybody. Those are the things that should come to your mind, like, man, you was going to do this, you was going to do that, and this and that, but you went away and didn't try to get any of that stuff done. And so now I'm supposed to believe you that if you run this time, you're going to get these things done. And one of my, not to cut you off, but when Obama, was it Obama? Yeah, Obama and McCain were going against each other the first time. McCain was known for saying, well, when I become president, I'm going to do this. When I become president, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the hills of Al-Qaeda and go get Bin Laden.
Drag him out myself.
And then somebody said, well, since you know where he is, why don't you just go do it now?
Right now?
Why you got to be president to do it? And so to me, that resonates with everybody. I don't care what you're running for. What are you waiting on?
What are you waiting on? Exactly.
You need the title in order to make a difference?
You don't. And I've proven that over and over again. And for those that don't know the history of Denise Fleming, let me tell you, she is connected with some very unethical people. And I've shown that time and time again in her candidacy for mayor. She does not care about the people of Moreno Valley. She has no clue. She's good talking numbers and she sounds good. Number one, she's from Chicago, so that means she's connected to Obama.
Stop.
No, I'm not going to do that. But, she's from Chicago. So, she's in a lot of organizations and stuff, but she's very divisive because everything is black and this is that.
So speaking of that, let me ask you this, because there has been some literature that was going around last election season saying that her and the other, I can't remember the candidate in Paris would be the first black
females,
mayor,
right.
female mayors, if elected. And so what is your stance on just speaking to black people, because that speaks to black people, because white people and Hispanics, they don't care about you being the first black. So that's speaking to black people. So as a black man, when you hear somebody says, well, vote for me because I have the chance to be the first black, this, that, and the other, does that make you want to vote for them?
Hell no.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Hell no. It doesn't make me want to vote for you, because if you've seen these black pastors, and not all black pastors, so if you're getting offended, it's probably because you're being exposed. It's just like black leadership in Africa or whatever. You get there, you say what's all nice. Some of the worst areas, again, Aunt Maxine, an example, Cory Booker, they talk this good game, but you see what they've done for their community, absolutely nothing why they're enriching themselves. So saying you're the first black, that isn't telling me anything, because I haven't seen any real black achievement. Let's go to Obama. Everybody knows I respect the man. I believe he did a good job. I knew what he was there for. But let's face it, he did nothing for black people. And he was at the top. Right.
And that's what I would caution the voters, because that to me I'm very passionate about in regards to black politics. I would caution black people. Don't allow these people, whoever they are.
John Lewis. I marched with Martin Luther King.
Or any of these people to come up to you and say, well, I have the chance to be the first black, this, that, and the other. If somebody comes up to you and says that, but like, that's nice. I don't care if you was the first purple, the unicorn.
Right.
What are you going to do for me if I vote for you? Because that's what a vote is for. A vote is an investment. It's a payment in some respects. So if I give you my vote, I'm giving it to you because you are going to help me in some way, shape, or form. Don't come to me as a black candidate talking about I'm the first black, this, that, and the other without telling me why I should vote for you other than the color of your skin. What are you going to do for me? What have you been doing? Where is your rap sheet, not your rap sheet, but your political credit report, so I can say, okay, well, wow, yes, you've done this, you've done that. Oh gosh, yeah, okay, all right. Well, I can vote for you because you have a good track record.
The thing I want everybody to think about when it comes to Denise Fleming, or just when you're dealing with this black thing, in Moreno Valley, you cannot win mayor claiming just being black. It's just not going to happen. There's not enough of us here.
Well, you shouldn't be able to go anywhere. Right. And admittedly, let's be honest, since we're being honest, a lot of us voted for Obama because he was.
But that's on a national level.
Well, I'm just saying, in general, he was the first
historic,
black. Could be the first, and he ended up being the first black president. So
Eisenhower actually was the first modern black president. That's another story.
But a lot of us did that just because about time and all this.
And then he gets in there, and he didn't do anything.
Not anything specifically for black people, and so I think that is a huge lesson for everybody.
Right. Exactly.
To make sure, don't let these fools, and I'm calling them fools, fools, come up to you talking about vote for me because I'm gonna be the first black, this, that, and the other. We need a first. Because I'm just keeping it real. A lot of times, the black politicians do what's worse
than the white politicians,
or they're at least on the same level. They don't get in there and say, "Okay, I'm here. My people need this. My people need that." They don't. They go in there, like you said, disappear. They rally behind everybody else's issues, and then and I get it. That's another show. But they fight for everybody else's issues, and then they'll throw black people a bone.
And then,
let's get this lynching law going on.
And then, like you say, it's election time. Oh, I didn't get it this time, but vote for me for re-election, and I'll take care of you next time.
Right. Right. So,
and that's the kind of person, Denise, she's an opportunist. And what I'm saying is there's been so much upheaval here in the city of Moreno Valley. I mean, let's face it, 58% of Moreno Valley is Hispanic. I'm not saying that's going to...
that's everywhere.
Yeah, that's just everywhere in California. But what I'm saying specifically in Moreno Valley is 58% Hispanic. Okay, blacks make up, I think it was 33%.
I don't
and white,
even think it's that much.
Well, no, in the city.
Really?
And whites make up 32%. We're white and black are right next to each other. And just because it's a black pop doesn't mean those are the voters. Okay, so there's a difference. You got to know that. I'm giving you the statistic of the city.
Okay.
So you can't run a campaign based on black this, black that, black that. And here's the funny thing about her. She's doing a fundraiser outside of the city of Moreno Valley.
Really?
Yeah. On the 28th, I'm not going to tell you where it's at because I don't want you to waste your time.
But why, if you care so much about the city that you're trying to be a mayor for, why not keep the money in-house?
Right, at least in the district. But do you see what I'm saying? Opportunist. And I'm not the only one that feels this way.
I just, I guess because I do it for a living, that's low-hanging fruits to me. Like, why would you want people to question your loyalty by going outside of where you live and spending money there? Spend money here.
That's why she's going to tell everybody that sees this video, don't watch Donovan's video, it's bull. Remember when I would drop stuff on Baca? Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's true.
And to me, it's common sense. I'm not going to go spend money with another city when I'm running for a city that needs the money. Y'all talk about it all the time. There's not enough stuff to do. There's not enough, sources of revenue. But yet you're going to go have a party or your kickoff campaign
in Riverside.
Riverside got money.
Yeah. We did our city debates in the last 2 elections. Did I go to Riverside to do the city debates? No, we did them right here.
Okay, but I don't live in Riverside. And so, I do, but I'm saying if I was a resident of Moreno Valley, I don't live in Riverside. Why do you want me to leave where I live to go see why you should be mayor?
Right.
You know what? If y'all need somebody in the PR team, I'm not that expensive, but I ain't that cheap either. I'll give you some...
Exactly.
I can give you the game.
Exactly. But this goes to show you the kind of unethical person Denise Fleming is, because only an unethical person would do that.
Well, I don't know if it's a thing of unethical.
I think it's unethical because you're trying to get people in the city it's like you're backstabbing the people in the city. That's unethical. Because you're doing it blatantly.
You can spin it that way, but to me, I see it as
dumb.
I don't want to say dumb.
Give me the word and I'll say it.
I would say that as lacking common sense approaches. And sometimes, I don't know who's on her team, but a lot of times when you align yourselves with a lot of people who won't tell you no.
Exactly. I know.
And certain personalities, I'm not saying this is true for her, certain personalities only want those people.
That's the personality.
They only want those people around them that are going to tell them yes and not rock the boat.
No. Denise has a alpha personality. If you ain't telling her how great she is and her title, I'm Dr. Denise Fleming.
Somebody needs to be on your... I'm going to get us to y'all for free. Somebody needs to be on your team that's able to sit you down and say, you know what? Yeah, that restaurant in Riverside is really nice, but cosmetically speaking, it looks bad. That you are having your kickoff in a city that you don't live. You're asking the people who are probably already strapped. Gas is through the roof. Yeah, it's going down now, but it's still through the roof. You're asking the residents that you're asking to vote for you to drive from their city to get on the congested freeway to go to another city to hear why they should vote for you.
Right, and you know what? Wait, and you know why she's doing that?
Why?
Because she gets a lot of her funding from outside of the city.
That's fine, but can they pay for something over here where people can, it's up the street for me? Because, listen, y'all, people aren't really that in love with voting and politics and all that. Hell, you can't even get people to go across the street.
Right.
What makes you think they gonna go? And I'm gonna tell you, y'all can call me Nostradamus on this. You know who's gonna be at that kickoff campaign kickoff?
I am. No, I'm not gonna be there. I don't think I'll get past the door.
All her friends,
of course,
and the people that she knows directly are gonna be there. But the people that can help get her to that office, they're not gonna show up.
Remember that girl that was a loudmouth, and she was like trying to. On Facebook, she's trying to loud talk me or whatever. She's gonna be there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those people, they'll go. But the people who really matter, the people who are gonna say, you know what, I was gonna vote for this person, but since I heard what you had to say in my city, I'm gonna vote for you.
Right. So I just want you guys to do your research on Denise Fleming, and I'm gonna put this out there. I like I said last time, will do everything in my power to expose this unethical candidate for who she is. If you look at some of her connections, Chevron Cheryl Brown, one of her biggest benefactors. I mean, she's with a lot of people that don't have Moreno Valley at heart. Denise Fleming herself is a transplant. You know, she's not originally from here. Not that you have to be. I mean, I don't care if you've been here 6 months. Thank you for coming to the city and contributing. But she hasn't contributed anything to the city that I'm aware of other than the Black History thing.
Who's who?
Yeah, who's who. And I was invited to it 1 year, and then after we had our falling out, I wasn't invited anymore. So
you're just not that type of Negro.
Yeah, I'm just not that type of guy.
You know, can contribute any life experiences or anything like that.
You know,
and that's sad too, because it's like, you know, from what I understand, I wasn't there. You didn't do anything to her. You just called her out. You thought you were going to
a fundraiser
or the African American something,
coalition.
And it turned into being her fundraiser. And you called her out and like, "Yo, you passing out envelopes for your campaign? You did. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have shown up.
Right? Because you don't know if I'm running for mayor. You don't know what.
And from that point, it was downhill. And so. She took a personal stance with you, disinvited you here, there, and all this other stuff. Even walked in to somewhere y'all was at and called you a hater and all this other. So it's like, why would anybody want anybody like that?
And I'm a hater for doing this video, but...
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want somebody who is... I'm not saying public officials
petty
should have to take, nonsense from people, but I don't think your issue with her is nonsense. It's just like... I'm not going to allow you to bully me and, and
hoodwink the residents.
But in all fairness, you don't just do that to her.
I do it to Baca.
Yeah.
I do it to everybody that I think that the people need to understand. I don't care who you vote for. If you want to support Denise Fleming, you go right on ahead and do that. That's a vote wasted. However, the problem in this city is we do not know who we're voting and all the vote splitting and stuff that's going on. Do you know how many people are running for mayor in the city of Moreno Valley?
How many?
I've counted 6 so far.
Damn, well, that was just like
6.
For governor was 27 people.
I think all but one council member is running for mayor. Denise Fleming's running for mayor.
All but one council
person.
Who was that?
I don't think Baca's running.
And with Cabrera?
I think he's running.
Really?
But they're doing that. They're doing that to split to vote so that Gutierrez has a core base of Hispanic voters are going to vote for him. So if the vote gets split, he's going to win. The only way you could beat Ito and these developers and this corruption that's going on, you have to get behind one candidate. Now, people will come to me and say, well, Alvin, if it came down to it, would you support Denise Fleming? I will not support Denise Fleming under no circumstances unless she's willing to apologize to me for what she did to me. And if she's not willing to do that, I'm going to give it to you all I can, baby. And you better believe it. Simple as that. I was right about Cheryl Brown, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep exposing Denise Fleming for who she is. Not because... And like I said, I'm an adult. I can take my personal feelings out of it. It's going to be all political. I could just sit up here and say a lot of negative things about her. No. I'm going to say it right now. Is Denise Fleming qualified to be mayor? Absolutely. Absolutely. Educational-wise, experience-wise, yes, she is qualified. However, and she's a veteran, served in the Navy, reserves. Absolutely, she's qualified. But unfortunately, she's unethical in my opinion. And that's the disqualifier. Basil Kimbrough, Gwendolyn Cross, all of these people she has associations with. So I have to, throw my hat out there and be cautious and want the voters to be cautious as well when it comes to this particular person. And she uses race as a dividing factor to take advantage of our people to get behind her.
Well, yeah. And I do think that is pretty... I don't know if it's necessarily a divisive tactic. It's a dishonest one. Mm-hmm. That's it's like an empty wagon.
Well, I think it's divisive because nobody wants to hear in politics. You have to appeal across a broad spectrum.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with you saying, because clearly we can see you're black. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with you saying that. Mm-hmm. I do have a problem with you saying it, and you're not going to, and I'm not saying this is her situation, but I have a problem with you saying that and you're not going to deliver for your people, because let's be honest, everybody else who gets in office, whether they're gay, you take somebody like Trump. He's enriching his people.
Right. Which is rich people.
Rich people. Somebody who is gay and lesbian or whatever, they get into office and they help their people.
Mark Chicano.
Veterans, they help their people. Asians, they help their people. Look at what Hispanics are doing all up in every, city and whatever.
Right. Unless you're named Baca, she don't help her people.
But if you think about it, though, look at all the people who are voting for them.
Yeah.
So...
Well, when you're getting a white envelope for,
regardless,
$5.
They help their people. So I don't have a problem with you being a black candidate, asking for the black vote, if you're actually going to stop being so scared of the powers that be. Stop being scared to offend everybody else because you're helping your people. I'll vote for you all day long if you're going to help your people.
My personal opinion is Denise Fleming is using this as a stepping stone to something bigger.
Well, most people do.
Yeah.
So especially on the local politics. Yeah, most people do.
And another sad thing is, like I said, her African-American cola, that's just the cheerleading squad for her. But I'm going to tell you what is really sad that we really missed out on. Alty Holcomb, a former Marine officer and stuff like that. He was running for supervisor. That is one candidate that we really missed out on his experience in leadership. And again, I thought, I really think that he would have been a great supervisor to lead us forward. But that's my take on Denise Fleming. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some more stuff on her. And again, if you really want to do your research, go back and look at our old videos. Go to YouTube, News from the Edgemont. It's all there. I talk about her, what she was doing, what was happening, some of the coalitions she's a part of. Denise Fleming is in it for Denise Fleming. And I'm going to end it with this. We had a 4th of July parade. She used that parade as a platform for herself. That is scoundrel of scoundrel.
This last time?
Just passed. Scoundrel of scoundrel. That is a 4th of July parade. That's for veterans and Independence Day. Nobody wants to hear about that is not the place for it.
Really?
And that's what she did. Once again, black and green ball. I didn't know. Oh, and I'm sure, Denise, you didn't know anything that they were going to do that. I'm sure you didn't know anything about that. But she turned the parade into a platform where she could.
She announced?
Exactly.
Oh.
But I'm making this stuff up, so But it's on the record.
Yeah, that's. I wouldn't have advised anybody to do that.
Yeah, that's not the place. Yeah, that's not the place for that. But that shows you how unethical she is. She will do whatever she needs to do to get where she wants to go, and this is why I say she's an unethical candidate. Just the same way I said Cheryl Brown is an unethical candidate. When you take $3 million from lobbyists and you go to Hawaii 2 and 3 times and then have the nerve to talk about if we don't vote black, this district will go Hispanic and we'll never get it back. You deserve to lose. Correct?
Well, I mean, I don't know. But going to the 4th of July parade and announcing your candidacy, to me, is the equivalent of going to your friend's wedding wearing a white dress or a dress like hers.
Right.
Hey, girl.
Mm-hmm. Right. So again, everything's heating up. Election time is coming up. Another good candidate I want you guys to look forward to is Shaylinda Bernard. She's still running. A lot of people haven't heard from her, but she's dealing with her family expanding and stuff like that, but we haven't forgot her.
Well, why should people vote for Shaylinda?
Shaylinda, because she's new, she's dynamic, she's a millennial. I'm just saying, what does that mean?
My daughter's new and dynamic and a millennial.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them.
Okay,
we need new ideas.
So you're saying we need fresh blood.
We need fresh blood. I'm tired of old Uncle Rufus still talking about I marched with Martin Luther King and all. No, we're done with that. We're done with that. We've had a black president. We're done with that.
I would say that for Miss
Bernard Jones.
Yeah, I did see her at the debate.
She did very well.
I sense that she is sincere.
She's sincere.
And
Absolutely.
she's passionate about, the place she lives. So, yeah, I think people should go out there and
the thing is,
check her out and vote for her.
And the thing is, me and her ain't buddy and like that, but she's mature enough to say, you know what, Donovan, I respect what you do for the community. You got a question for me, I'm willing to answer it. And that's what we're looking for. People that ain't afraid to stand up for what they believe in. She's willing to do that.
Right.
I'm tired of these Denise Flemings, Johnny come latelys, here's an opportunity, let me jump on it. No. you got to go. You've had your opportunity. You are now a punchline. You've run for all these things and you've totally failed.
A punchline.
You're a punchline. You become a joke. You become a joke. You are not going to be mayor here. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I guess during election time, that remains to be seen.
Wait, am I not the Duke of Edgemont?
You are the Duke of Edgemont.
I am the Duke of Edgemont, and I have said it is not going to happen.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll definitely see. We will definitely see. So you guys stay tuned for that. We got a lot more stuff coming up with that. We recently had a bunch of firecrackers, and of course, it scares animals. You got some veterans that have lost their minds out here because they suffer from PTSD.
But what was up with? I've heard fireworks before, but some of these fireworks,
cannons.
What was up with that? I don't have PTSD, but damn, I was sure thinking I was in the middle of a war.
I was sleeping, and being a military person, I know what live ordnance sounds like, and that's what it sounded like.
Damn, I was like, what's going on with these people?
And here's the funny thing. My mom said this, and I was talking. She was asking me about it, and she's like, "Them folks don't do that in their country." And basically what she was saying is, if you're from Mexico, which a lot of people here are originally from Mexico, they don't celebrate in Mexico like they do here. Because they don't have the money. They don't waste their money on that stuff. Why would they
celebrate the 4th of July? You mean in general?
In general. They don't do that in their home countries.
Got it.
So they come over here and it's like, well, they just having a great old time.
Well, my thing is, if you know that it's illegal to do that, why are you doing that?
Because it's illegal to do it.
And then it's not like you're popping little pop.
Cannons.
My God, it was it was incredible. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and
I even called you like, yo, you all right over
exactly,
there?
Exactly. And my understanding is Riverside gave out 60 citations. 60
citations. They said 138 people called. That was just in my area.
In your area alone, yeah.
138 people called. They gave out 60 citations, and my daughter was proud to be one of those people to call the po-po.
Well, the thing is, when ordinance was going over my house, I tried to call to get through 911. I could not get through.
When she was on the phone with him, the operator was like, "I hear that. This big old cannons." And she said, "We got so many calls. Yeah. We got people coming over." But I will say that those fireworks stopped relatively early. I think the word passed.
Not out here.
Yeah, I think about 10 o'clock or so they stopped.
Yeah, it got low, but they were still popping in here. But here's the question. If we only have 7 police officers in the city of Moreno Valley on patrol at any given time, how are they, even if I saw somebody with a bunch of cannons, we don't have enough people on patrol. Where are the code enforcement officers? If I was the mayor, I would say, this is the time where we're going to get some revenue. We're going to get these code enforcement officers, and they're going to go out and write citations as all these calls are coming in.
And how much are those citations?
$1,000.
Man, we would have been on it.
And that's the Riverside County bounty.
We would have been on it.
That's what I'm saying. You can get volunteers that'll do that. I'll come in.
I mean, just in my neighborhood alone, it had to have been 10 people doing it.
Right.
At least.
Right. Now, so for those people that don't care about veteran, we have a big veteran community out here. You probably freaked out a lot of people. Thank God there wasn't a lot of murders that we're aware of, but that could have kicked off of that to do that. And
has anybody ever thought about naming the city of Moreno Valley Gotham?
Right.
I mean, that.
Right. Now, I have a new cat, Tylan. And he wasn't used to the firework, and he was like walking back and forth, and so I had to lock him in the room.
What is this mess?
Yeah, Belle and Misty pretty much were sleeping. But they're from Edgemont, so they knew what was up. But again, it's unfortunate, but like I have a neighbor that isn't initially from here, and he's from another country, let's say Mexico, and he was popping firecrackers, and as a good neighbor that I am, and the block captain, I went out there and I said, "Hey, dude, you ain't supposed to be doing that." "Oh, it's for the kids, man. It's for the kids. What about the kids? I want the kids to have some fun." Well, you're also teaching them to break the law. What about that?
It is against the law, and like you said, in this community especially, there's a lot of veterans.
Right. I mean, San Bernardino County line is 12 miles away. Just go over there. You can pop them all day long. You can go out there all day. So, but then again, it's all about me. And that's the attitude that we live in with these new so-called adults coming up. But this is our first hour. We are not done yet. We're going to go into the second hour. And again, this is Demetra K. She has a show on Sundays, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live. Last week she talked about the first purge, and it was awesome talking. Check the video out. It's on YouTube. We finally got it cleared through the copyright infringements and stuff. And I put a lot of work in. I actually put the video in.
Yes, you did. I noticed that you put a few videos
in there, and and a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. So stay tuned for the second hour, and we're going to talk about
Michael Sellium.
And he's the district attorney of San Bernardino City or county.